Hey, oh, what's going on, everybody?
Hey,
We're
hello.
in the next episode of the podcast. It's
One of them.
it's
This is a
oh,
episode.
this is
Um,
definitely an episode, and it does have a
wha-
name, which is in the
it has a
title.
name?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, no, it
That's
does.
crazy.
I wish I knew
I
what it
Will we tell
was.
you?
I wish I
wish
knew
I
what it was.
wish I could tell you, but it's confidential right now. It's
Yeah,
it's right there at the top of the screen,
yeah. I mean,
or it's
even though you know what it is, if you're watching right now, we can't tell
you
you.
know what it is. You know what's about to happen. You
Ac-
know
It's
exactly
Yeah,
what
the
we're gonna know.
podcast. What?
yeah. Matter of fact, guys, we will reveal the name on episode 10.
Episode 10 of the
Episode 10's
podcast.
when the name drops. Just be around for that. Oh,
Name drop coming at you.
by the way, I forgot to mention this. If we wanted to, in order for it to get monetized, within like the first 15 to 30 seconds, you cannot swear. It's because they auto
Okay,
detect that
I
stuff.
don't think we did.
got it.
No, we didn't. But
Yeah,
Oh,
just to make sure.
I love that clip. It's great.
What garbage day? What clip are you talking
No, it's the TF2 clip. Are you?
Oh.
You're streaming on Twitch. I can't
Oh,
say the
that-
rest.
Oh,
But
about? You're streaming?
it's great.
Is that what you're talking about?
Great. I've been
I've
seeing
seen
that.
and
I'm seeing that on my.
I've
That was in my feed. It was a nice break from the regular brain rot that I get, because it's just
seen.
enveloped my feed.
I don't
Since we're on the
watch.
topic of brain rot, let's talk about Gen Alpha.
Please. Dog, I don't. I mean, you can't dog on them too bad, because like, you know, yeah, the YouTube poop era was the exact same thing.
This is, I guess, this is like a more concentrated version, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a very, it's all a very broad spectrum. If you
yeah,
when you're looking at the category of YouTube poops, there's so much shit in there. There's like high quality, like really well edited ones, then some that like tell stories, and there's some that are just like the same millisecond of footage just like played repeated a million times. It's like it's just like noise pollution,
yeah.
basically.
And yeah, but it's great. It's wonderful how humanity advances. We stay the same though throughout history, as Albert
Yeah, that's the
Einstein said. I don't
you
know
know
what weapons World War III will be fought with, but I
My
know World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
my favorite thing is when I'm visiting, like visiting my uncle, and he's got like two kids. They're Chin Alpha, and they're both like playing Roblox in the same room, and like saying shit like sussy and I'm the imposter, or like skibbity toilet and all that shit. It's just like I can't fucking understand what they're saying anymore. It's a different language. I feel so old.
It's
I feel so
great.
old now.
Uh-huh.
These like Roblox YouTubers that they watch too.
you,
It's just like it's like they're the same age, except in an adult's body. All they do is like scream and say "guys" over and over again. Like, guys, he literally just he took a big bite out of my ice cream cone and
you
that I bought with my own money. It's I can't I hate it. I actually
Yeah.
don't like this. Those videos got
Look,
tens of millions of
look,
views. Those like
this is
Roblox
what.
YouTubers, and like I've never heard of them.
Well, clearly they understand the game. Unlike
Yeah,
you,
yeah. Apparently,
you don't understand the skibbity guy.
no, yeah, no. I'm sitting here on like
That's because
45 cents in my first week of monetizing on YouTube.
your brain is at least somewhat fully developed.
Yeah,
Hasn't been
Here's
rotted
my
away.
thing. It is what it is. Look. Here's my thing. Back then, they have Rad and all that. right? Rad is like
Mhm.
a slang word, and now we have skibbity toilet. It's the it makes
Radical.
full circle. All right,
Except
this
skibidi toilet wasn't a slang word. It was just the title of something that became
Mhm.
a word.
look,
Like with
look.
any
I'm just
phrase
saying.
created in this modern age, it becomes a universally used phrase that, like, as time passes, it has no meaning anymore. It means
Mhm.
everything and nothing.
Well, yeah, but look, all we shouldn't. But look, all I'm saying is that we shouldn't really bash them too early. You know,
Yeah.
they can make a comeback. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's not it doesn't look great. Seeing seeing it in
hey,
action doesn't
but
look
this is
great,
the
but I'm
start. This is the start.
yeah. I'm sure it didn't look great for us as children.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
feel like,
Like, look,
less of
like,
us
do you
didn't
think?
less of us had access to the internet from that early of an age.
yeah,
And
that's the
it's
problem.
not
But
really
here's
the generation's fault. It's like their parents, for like, as soon as they're born, they put an iPad in their hand and, like,
Mhm.
go off, I guess. Go
Yeah.
have fun.
here's my thing. I feel like they're later on when they get older, they're gonna regret that because like like if I'm looking back on it, I don't think YouTube poops into the annoying orange was the proudest thing we've done, and we've watched.
Look
I
at
don't think
Annoying
that's
Orange today, man. Ugh.
yeah.
Ugh.
I I think it's Gen Z humor going like Gen Z Goo Goo Gaga brain stupid humor going to that their alpha
And
version of that.
that's
It's not
us.
it's
That's
not going.
us.
Yeah, that was us going to them.
What's this? Uh-huh.
All I'm saying that when they're like 15, 16, something like that, they're gonna look back on Skibbity Toilet and be like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be revered in the future. It could be revered as, like, a great piece of media.
Yeah, but then it yeah, but I feel like it's
Picasso
gonna be like
over time.
Fucking,
Mm.
because Matt Pat made a theory about it.
Oh,
Made a film theory about it. And how that it's like a
Skibbity
metaphor for
Toilet, you know?
society or whatever.
ah. I I've
The-
forgotten it. Oh, at this point, I watched a video on like the lore of it. It's so weird. There is like an actual story to it, but no one will ever talk about that because it's just brain rot,
Skibbity Toilet.
and it's just because it's that source filmmaker thing of just like brain rot. It just causes that.
Uh,
Just a direct cause. I'm so glad that I was subjected to the horrors of the internet like later in my life than at least like the kids today.
Ideally, you keep
Uh
it out of their hands as long as
oh
much as
yeah.
possible.
Yeah. Like at some point you gotta let them have their internet freedom. But like do not don't internet freedom doesn't mean giving them an early onset addiction to the internet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed
Yeah.
to you're
They're getting
supposed
an
to
Xbox.
raise them yourself. You're not supposed to let the internet do it for you.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. When I was a youngin, I was friends with this one kid, and like me and him would hang out. It would usually be at his house, and honestly, one of the things that I really don't know why I did, I kind of like invited myself over a lot.
Hmm.
That was like I look back on that, and that's kind of my bad. And sometimes I would call him up, and I would be like, "Hey, what you doing? You want to hang out today?" And he would be like, he would be like, "Oh, my family's going up to like a museum, or we're going to the movies." Um, and like sometimes like he would say, "Oh, you want to come along?" And I would say, hell yeah." But sometimes I think I would just like say, "Can I come?" So that was stupid. But to tie it back to brain rot, there was this one time when I went to like dinner with him and his family. It was after like we had gone to some museum, I think, and like him and his brother, when they were at the table and like in the car ride they were doing this where they just like pull out their iPads and their phones and they're just like doing that like the whole time.
Yeah.
Like blood, I'm sitting right here. I'm sitting right next to you and you're just pulling this shit.
Ugh,
Yeah,
that's
like
it's-
in the restaurant, they would like full volume be watching those like Undertale AU
wait,
videos.
what?
It was fucking
What?
it, even as like stupid as a child as I was, like I was like scooching my chair away from them because like I did not want to be seen with these people.
I thought it was just like a bunch of. I thought it was just like a family sitting around on their phones, just like silently tapping the screens. But
no,
no,
it
you're like they volume
no,
all the
they were
way
like
up, like
they were
Story of
like iPad
Undertale out
kids,
loud.
just like sitting there with the iPad in front
Actually,
of them, just watching these videos. And I was
Jesus,
just like,
that's just
I was just there. Yeah,
Jesus
and like
Christ.
the my friend, he had a brother, and they would like in the car when they weren't on their iPads, they were like at each other's throats, constantly fighting. I was like, I like I wanted to be modest, but I was like, I thought to myself, I'm better than these kids. Like I was raised well. Like I know I was raised well because I've seen what the mongrels do when left to their own imaginations, I guess.
Ugh.
But
it,
yeah,
that's
that's great,
actually
and
just
I'm
awful.
I'm just glad I was brought up in a nice, healthy environment that facilitated my brain growth more than just keeping my attention on something for a minute.
Uh, I think I've gotten good at like not needing not needing some sort of stimulant in front of me to keep myself going. I I've noticed a lot that like in just like when I'm in a room with a lot of people who are just like sitting staring on their phones, that I'll be like the only one not doing that. Like but like in the morning or in the morning at school in like homeroom, I see like everyone's on their phone, and I'm just like sitting there thinking because it's like a good time to clear my head because like throughout the school day you don't have a lot of time to think to yourself. When I get home, I just like start doing work or watching shit. And there's not a lot of times during the day where you just get to like sit and like marinate in my thoughts. Like I try not to use my phone around people that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally got brain rot, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I need stimulant, but there's just sometimes where like I kind of just I do just think, but like I out loud think. So it sounds like I'm talking to myself, but I out loud think, and I don't know. Sometimes like I do uh just go on my phone when there's like the scenario you came up with, Jack, in like homeroom, right, where I do that, but like I'm
Mm-hmm.
not explicitly just looking at anything. I just have it just in front of me, just like on like the weather app or something, because I have nothing better to do,
Mm-hmm.
and there's just nothing really else to think about.
I
However,
see.
I do think I'm not quite on like the goo goo gaga brain rot. I need to look at my Instagram reels.
I don't know. I
I
haven't
need
need it. It's
yeah
Nick. uh,
the
but
need
I
to
don't know.
Yeah.
scroll.
I don't know. I don't really like. I can't relate to have. I can't really relate to like not having anything to think about because my brain is just like It's constantly there's shit like moving through it 24/7. It's like it's loud too. So like I space out frequently, like
Does it yell?
disassociate. What?
Does it yell at you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Does it-
Like
yeah.
this is kind of building off of like my brain yells, but like I could think about like one thing and it'll like trigger like every specific thought I've had ever. Not just like about a
Jeez.
specific subject, but like just anything. Like say I'm just like laying in my bed. It's dark and I'm just trying to fall asleep and I think about something like just like a bad memory or like a spooky nightmare I had at some point. Just like every bad or scary thought I will have had will just like come roaring back into the forefront of my mind. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. I don't know
some
what that's a
absolute-
result of. I don't know what mental disorder that's a result of. But like, hopefully, I can get my fucking therapy
Uber.
set up soon.
Just a
'Cause-
FNAF 3 phantom jump scare.
Yeah, pretty much.
No!
It's just like all of them coming at me from all sides
Every
in
single
succession.
one. A jump
I
scare
got, I
compilation.
got too many errors to fix. So, all of it. Everything's
Fine,
going wrong.
fine.
Oh no, everything's going wrong. What do I do? My family's dead.
Hit the wrong button. Vine boom, vine boom. Boom, boom!
But,
Oh, he's in the bed.
but
It's like no, it's
so
like
that's how you
ultimate custom night.
dissociate?
It's like ultimate custom night. That's how it feels to dissociate. It's
2020 mode.
It's 50-20 mode. That's what it feels like in my. But yeah, that's what it feels like in my brain most of the time. Even though even though I'm silent, like for a lot of it, that's what's going inside my head. It's very loud. I keep it in.
I got like a parabolic reverse of deassociating, like of your version deassociating. I just like I can't think and just everything's fun. I'm essentially mentally high.
Mhm.
Like I can't think and like anything that is said or done, it's funny to me. And I like any type of work I have to do is not getting done.
Really.
Like I can like yeah. So when like because that happens in physics or when we're in physics a lot. Like I see Jack deassociating. Oh, like he's just kind of staring there, just thinking, just, and I'm just like laughing my ass off because I just don't know what's going on, but he's doing something.
He's chilling, dog. He's locked in. Most of the day, that man is locked.
Mhm.
He's ready.
When I do, yeah,
He's
when
ready to get out of it.
when I deassociate, I like completely unlock from everything. There's no locking in. It's like a good example was like the wormhole thing that happened in physics. Man, Jack
Why don't we
just
explain
brain
this
rot
one?
and up.
Why don't we explain this one for the people at home? Why don't we explain the context?
If you
Uh,
haven't watched the other episode, the one that included the
No,
superpowers.
wait,
and
no.
Godzilla.
I think he's talking about last year in physics when I
Oh,
did
in
the
physics.
wormhole thing.
Yeah, the wormhole. Yeah. So let me explain for the people at home. All right. So in physics, randomly when we're doing work, this man Jack, completely deassociated, just started like to explain wormhole theory, but in like unaudible English, and it was just, it like dumbfounded everyone. Well, TJ
It was
and
wonderful.
other individuals, but me, I was also equally deassociated. But since I had the parabolic reverse the entire time while this man was just like doing his like thought of wormhole theory, I was laughing my ass off, and I don't know why, but I just was.
I was
Not
just
get-
trying to figure out what was happening.
Did not get any fucking work done in that class. That physics was the worst class to have ninth period because I'm checked out. I'm checked out by
Oh,
ninth period, dude.
Oh yeah,
It's
it
such
was.
a
Yeah.
horrible class
Oh.
to have at the end of the day.
It's horrible in when he was making you think.
Yeah.
Like when it was just like fun, because like physics was fun for a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
it.
it's fun.
It was just like a lot of hands-on, just like I can fucking blow shit up.
He started class. The first day of class, he like laid on a bed of nails and had someone like knock a brick off of him with with a sledgehammer. Yeah.
I got to swing a sledgehammer at my teacher. That was insane. I love that. Uh,
No, yeah.
I wish every class could be like that.
But I could not for the life of me retain any information that he was
Hmm.
spouting
Yeah,
about.
I am. I'm glad I passed the class, but
I
like,
don't
yeah,
know
no, I
fucking
like
how I passed that
ninth period,
class.
ninth period for me, like nothing was getting, like nothing would like he'd make me like look at like a physics equation, and it's not hard when I'm thinking. When I'm thinking, it's there. Like I get it. It 100% makes sense. But then like when I'm not, when I'm deassociating, like it's just gibberish. It looks like I look at the like the equations, like this is moon ruins. This is not real, and then I just start laughing because I don't
Uh-huh.
know.
Yeah, my ninth period class this year is government, and I'm clocked out. I do not listen to a word. I am so tired at the end of the day. I really shouldn't be. Like, I don't do a lot all day, but I just like clock out. Like, even the period before, like, I'm chilling, like, I'm perfectly fine energy wise. And then I walk into the room. It's something about the air and just the presence of everything. And
Yeah,
I'm just out.
it's the teacher. Right, it's the teacher, man.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. He's a little freaky.
I have him in the morning. Like it's like first period is kind of like it's kind of like ninth period. But like
Yeah, you just get
it's
there, you don't want to be there.
it's similar but different. It's like like you just woke up, like
Uh-huh.
you already the day's already bad, like you're so tired you can barely, you don't want to do work really. Like
Hmm.
he assigns a five
Yeah.
page essay on a Monday and you're like, I can't focus on this right now. I
Yeah.
I'm fucking playing
Yeah, it's like,
Tetris.
and end of the day, I want to go home, dog. Stop assigning things. I've already gotten all the work that I need to do out before this. Like, I don't just stop adding on. You're putting the final straw on the camel's back right now.
Like, how do you expect me to memorize all 27 amendments to the Constitution with 2 days to do it? I don't. What? That's insane.
Uh-huh. 2 days, and like for one of those days, we were doing a third of it, but we weren't even doing the other 2/3.
Yeah, yeah. And then we gotta like go around and get the definitions from everyone else who are like the
Yeah,
other two
in one
thirds.
day.
It's
Yeah,
like,
the way he set it up was so stupid because it was like we're not learning, we're just being time crunched into writing it all down. There's no learning going on. We're just writing.
when you're under pressure, when you have a time limit, you're not. It's
Yeah,
not like you're gonna
I'm
take in
not.
any of the knowledge. You're just trying to like, holy shit, I gotta get this done, so it's
Yeah,
not
I'm not
late.
sponging it up. I'm just trying to get it done because I have to
I
get
feel
it
like
done or I'm getting a bad grade.
Yeah, I feel like that was kind of the same problem with physics because we are just 90% of us taking notes, and like
Yeah.
he explicitly was like eyeing the clocks, like, all
Oh
right, get
god.
this done. We gotta get all the
Oh yeah.
information in, all of it, all of
I
it.
At a certain point I stopped taking notes. I took notes for maybe like it was a good portion where like I wrote notes cuz like I thought I'm not going to remember this, so I might as well take notes. But at a certain point after a while, it was just this isn't going to be as important as I think it is. I'll remember this. It's also up on the wall.
Hmm.
Like I give a shit.
I
We can I don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to. I
He
don't have to
the
waste my brain on this.
equations are in the. I I don't really take notes at all actually anymore. Like I always took notes because teachers are like, yeah, take notes on this. It'll be
Yeah.
important. Notes don't help me. I don't look at the notes. Like when I take them, I never look at them.
yeah,
I'm better off just like off the top of the dome, getting there, like
Mhm.
looking or just like picking up the piece of paper that just like looking on the wall or like asking a question or something. Like I don't look at notes like
I
no matter what I do to like force myself to look at them or take them. Is I just it's also a hassle too. I don't like taking notes.
Mhm.
yeah, I started taking like baby notes. Like I was like, yeah, I gotta write all of this down, all of it. Kind of like what TJ was, except for I didn't really give up taking notes. I was like writing down like simple, like as easy as possible notes. Because
Yeah.
like at some point, like I just kind of stopped caring because like he's getting like all these complex things, and I'm like, dude, I can like summarize this pretty easily to myself.
Dude, meanwhile, I'm
Yeah.
over here like I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, if it was like like if it was one thing, one equation or like one statement, like I'd write it down usually. And in most classes, like if it's one statement, I'll write it down. Um I feel like there's really no middle ground in my note taking. It's either I'm going to write a one sentence or I'm going to write an entire I'm going to write everything down. If there's a lot of stuff, sometimes I'll write every single thing down, but it's got to be like a lot.
Mm.
Or like because that a good example would be like mock trial. I did mock trial for a bit, and I I wrote down just about every single thing that was in every testimony
That's
because
probably
I
yeah.
figured I'm going to need everything. I'm going to need if they bring up X, I bring up Y. If they bring up Z, I bring up A.
I'd assume there'd be like a place where notes would be really useful,
Oh yeah.
like for like recalling
Yeah,
shit.
it
Mhm.
definitely is a time and a place for taking notes.
But just like in
Yeah.
general in classes and school, I don't really bother.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I feel
It
like
like
like with like studying, not really a fan of studying because like
yeah.
I will not retain it. As a matter of fact, I'd probably end up losing the
I don't
information and
know.
any
Yeah,
like knowledge that could even pertain to it when it comes to studying.
studying
Like
doesn't
I'm
really
Mhm.
literally
help
just
me.
better off the thinking.
Yeah, they always tell you
I
don't oh, study a little bit every day and you'll learn it. And sometimes for people that's true, but for most of us, it really is just do it beforehand. Get it fresh in your mind because the last thing you remember is always going to be the most prominent.
Hmm.
So if you get it right there, right then, you're nailing it. You got it.
Yeah,
And at the
yeah.
end of the day, we're doing this for the grade. We're not doing this to learn this.
yeah.
We are
No, no.
doing this.
Sights are set
We're
on
doing this to get out.
Right.
graduation from the beginning.
Yeah, we're doing this to get out. We
Trying to get
all
out.
know at this point that we're not going to use any of this.
Like we're
We
almost
all know
done.
this. Everybody knows this. Every student knows this. Every teacher knows this. We're not going to use this. We are doing this for a grade. We're doing this to show that we are or I guess responsible or something. Because school is meant to build workers. That's all it is. We know this.
Yeah,
That's just what it is. It's just the fact of life.
like we're here. We're at the end of the road. We're almost out. We're done in 3 months. So like,
Uh,
Mhm.
and
just,
at
just,
worst, we have another 4 years
just
of
coast
like
that shit.
Made it this far.
Yeah. School just like
yeah.
it drains my energy throughout the day.
Ugh.
Like I'm not
You
on
know
in
what?
the beginning,
I'm
and
gonna
it
say
takes a
this.
while for me to be on during the day.
You know, I want to say this. This might be a little not. This might be crazy to like the older generation, right?
The old heads.
I think school at past like sixth grade is kind of just brain rot. Let's be honest here. Well, not even
Mhm.
at past sixth grade, but in general, because like kindergarten to like second grade, you're just like messing around, learning basically nothing. Third to like fifth grade, there is like some learning, and you're starting into like the medium stuff, not even like the light to medium stuff. Sixth grade on is just nothing. You're just doing it for the grade. You don't care.
I think math gets
And
more
and
advanced,
it
but
just
like
rocks
it
your
gets
brain.
Yeah.
less
At a certain point,
less easy to understand.
you're just doing the same things you've done, but harder.
Especially in like history. History is like the same. They teach you the same shit
Oh
every
yeah,
year.
it's the same
Yeah.
fucking thing every single year. We know this already. I know this. Just stop. It's history. There's only a certain amount of history you can get before you hit the present.
Yeah, like
Or
I remember
See,
like
that's
remember like
that's what I was
years
Mhm.
like
talking about.
seventh to like ninth grade or
Space
something.
it out.
Like it's the same shit over and over again.
Same thing.
Space it out.
Yeah,
We
and you know, and here's my thing. Here's my thing with like the U.S. history stuff, right? When we did that, well, me and Jack did that, right? Like the advanced stuff with and talked about like the Native American stuff. That stuff we don't learn. Like the stuff that like we're taught the same thing. And like, here's my
Mhm.
thing: is that I get what you're saying, TJ, where it's like, oh yeah, there's limited things we can talk about.
Mhm.
But the thing is, it's even more limited because we keep talking about like the same like
It's the
We keep
lines,
going.
United
right?
States.
Like,
American Revolution, the
We live here.
Confederacy.
The Civil War is so boring. We had to write an essay on that. That was the
We've
most
done.
boring time period.
I
yeah,
swear to God.
that's when the curse happened and my outlet blew up.
I swear to God, I've done American Revolution like 3 times already. Dog, I get it. I understand. We were a bunch of hicks and we murdered an entire army. I understand that. That's dope as shit. But after the first time that I learned that, I don't care.
Tell us more about like how
See, that's
terrible we
what.
are. Tell us
Yeah,
how more about
tell
like
me
our country is
Yeah,
like built on blood and
tell
all
me
that.
more about the niche shit. Tell me more about the guy who got his hands chopped off and then replaced them with swords. Tell me about that. That's
yeah,
what I want to know.
yeah. I would rather tell me stuff about not our country
Mm,
or like countries that got involved with us. Like I'm willing 100% to bet if we talked about like the Mongolian history,
mhm.
that's
Egypt,
gonna that puts the
Mongolia,
That's
penner.
why I'm taking
and
ancient
Indian
Egypt
history.
this year. I'm more interested in
Mm-hmm.
like just like any they all the other history
Anything
classes
else?
were like movie through like history through movies and shit like that. But like it was all like general history or U.S. history. Like I want to learn about anything else. Give me Egypt. Give me
I mean, Egypt.
Japan. Give
Give me
me fucking
somewhere in
like
Africa.
give me like Germany. They went like through 80 different iterations of a country.
Somewhere where
Here,
where we haven't gone to before.
Like Russia's a massive
yeah,
country. I
here's my
want to learn about that.
Mm-hmm.
like here's our thing. Like we only learn about U.S. history, and when we don't do it, and we talk about like wars and that, it's the U.S., Europe, and like Japan and China. That's all it is. That's
Mm-hmm.
like we talk about 90% white people, 99% white people, and then like a little bit of like Chinese and Japanese. That's
I
all we
think
learn. Like
10th
what
grade was like probably the most interesting I think history to me because they moved away more from like U.S. and like general. They got more specific. They talked a lot about the French Revolution. I like the French Revolution. I think
Mm.
it's like an interesting time period, and they talked about like what was
uh,
going on in Japan and like the opioid epidemic,
Oh
like how they
yeah.
got all addicted to that, and like the
that
rape
was
of
China.
Nanking, yeah, China,
Yeah, it
and
was
all
stuff
that.
like yeah. Here's my
That
thing.
shit,
I
that stuff
want
was interesting to me
like
though.
here, like, I wanted to learn more about, like, oh, yeah, like, how, like, Ethiopia. That would be a good one because they survived, like, the invasion of when all of the Europe powers were going to Africa and claiming land. They survived that. And then World War II with, like, Mussolini's army trying to go into Ethiopia and it not working. I want to learn about that. I want to learn who's the goat. Who carried Ethiopia through those
I'm
times.
tired of hearing about what Hitler did to the Jews. Okay,
I
I
understand. It
get
was
it.
terrible.
He was bad. He was
It
awful.
was very terrible. It was the worst
We
thing
don't need to talk
maybe
about him
ever in
anymore.
human history. But we've talked about this 5 times already. I understand. It was a tragedy. It should never happen again. To talk about South America. Talk about the Aztecs.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah. So you fucking talk about like South Africa. Like that shit
Talk
was
about
crazy. Talk about apartheid.
hmm Talk about apartheid. Talk about that.
Fucking Nelson Mandela. That guy's awesome.
Like, that there's so much stuff, and then you got like, oh my god, like, and the thing is in Europe too. When we talk about Europe, we don't talk about like the Balkans, the Baltics, like the Nordic nations. We don't.
You get
It's
like
the
We
the
don't.
clip
same.
you get like the cliff notes of like the beginning of World War One and then like move on pretty much.
hmm
Yeah, like here's my thing.
You know, like
I
basic
would like what about
context.
like the Ottomans, dude? Like we were really cool. Like how did they loot? Like how like what were their plans? Because we learned about like the Austro-Hungarian Empire, German Empire, right? And the other big one was the Ottoman Empire, but we don't really know what they were doing in the war. Because like to my knowledge, for a good while, is that they're just going into Europe. They're just fighting in Europe. That's what I thought,
Mm.
but I was wrong.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man, school sucks.
It all sucks.
Yeah, like Yeah.
I
This is
love waking
one
up.
big
Like,
endurance thing.
yeah, let's talk. Yeah. One last little history thing that I didn't learn about. Just one last thing. Bulgaria, the only nation that was a part of the Axis that kept land and gained. I didn't know about that. I didn't even know Bulgaria was a part of it. But they were part of the Axis. Didn't know that.
Is so it
Just
wasn't something worth mentioning, I guess.
yeah.
I'm sick
Well,
of waking up at
I'm gonna
like 5
make
in the
book. I think
morning.
Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's I like having to sometimes having to hold conversations with people during the school day is like a chore. Like I want to be able to just
It's
like be my normal self, but I'm not because I have to be here and I have to. I don't know.
Yeah.
mhm. I could I could be
Just
out making money. And you got me here doing what? Sitting on my ass? Talking about
12 years for a piece of paper.
talking about Romeo, talking about Medea, talking about all this?
I'm sitting here.
Dog,
I'm sitting
I'm not
here.
trying to do all that.
I'm sitting here at 10:30 in the morning doing my limerick for Limerick Tuesday and sharing it with my buddy.
Don't get me wrong. If you can make the class interesting and fun and make me want to be there, at that point, it doesn't become a chore, it becomes a hobby, I guess, is the best way I can describe
I
that.
don't know. In the classes I have fun in,
Uh,
I don't really, or I had fun in. I don't really have fun in them anymore.
Mhm,
Like we have like this program. We have modern band at our school
indeed.
where it's like it's not like traditional band where you just like all get together and you're practicing for like these perform. I don't even know like what else they do in those classes besides just like play their instruments and learn how to play
Yeah,
them. But like we
yeah, I
do
mean, it,
that, but what we do is like we 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 get to form bands and like play say you get to choose an instrument like guitar or bass, drums, or like
yeah,
keyboard
it's
typically.
different from normal band in the sense that you get to you get to pick like a modern instrument like an electric guitar, an electric bass. You get a full drum set, you can get keyboards, synthesizers, and you can bring in like violins, trumpets, you can do all that. But you do get to pick the music that you play, you get to pick the
Exactly.
genre that you want to play and explore. Whereas like a regular band or orchestra setting, you don't really get to pick that. It's all just like the
It's all
classical shit.
the shit that's been played a million times before
Yeah.
that
You've
everyone
already heard
plays.
this. You don't want to hear the same hoitsy-toitsy bullshit that goes around. You wanna play some modern things. You wanna
You get
play
to
some Duran Duran. You wanna
you
play
get
some
to play like rock.
AC/DC.
You get to play like rock concerts and shit.
Uh-huh.
Like you can sign up for those and like write your own music, like write songs,
Mm-hmm.
perform with your band and all that. And it sounds great. It sounds awesome, and it has been for for some
For like
years.
years.
But like it's kind of uh, losing
Yeah,
interest in it
it's fallen
this
off a
year.
little bit. I think kind of an aspect of that is that the people are kind of less interested in it. Like
Yeah,
when I was a youngin and I came into the program, like there were a bunch of people and they were all like big music heads. They were like adamant about like, "Oh yeah, I want to get in there. I want to get my hands dirty and I want to play some music." Now it's kind of just like there's a lot of people who just sit there and do nothing. They don't go to shows, they don't listen, they don't do anything.
bringing it back around to like Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
None of them are really Gen Alpha. I think they're most of them are still Gen Z.
Yeah, they're still Gen Zs,
But
but
like it's getting more into that crowd of people that are more just like sitting on their phones all day
yeah, just
and
taking
like
the class because why?
because it's
Why did
to
you
fill
sign
up
up?
an elective space because you
Yeah,
need
you
another
you're
elective
just filling up an
and
elective.
it sounds
Don't
easy.
You can take a class that you want to be in. I know there aren't that many, and I guess this is the most fun sounding one. But like,
Or maybe it's just
put
the
some
most
effort in,
easy
man.
sounding.
Because the class can be fun if you just like get in there and play some music.
Hmm.
Hmm
Yeah.
I've lost most of my
Oh,
enthusiasm for it, and
Yeah.
like I don't know if anyone listening or uh, anyone who might be listening in the future knows about Lost Marble Theory, but that's TJ and I were in that band. If that's still around, if people even like
If it still
know about that,
exists,
but we're kind of suffering right now.
it's a real
We
rocky patch right
you
now.
heard it here first. We lost our guitarist. We lost Calvin. Uh, Other guitarists still up in the air. Don't know. But like that, coupled with the fact, coupled with just like the state of our modern band program right now, uh,
Yeah.
it's been making it less and less like of a fun thing to just kind of just show up, like sit there, play your instrument, sit there some
Leave.
more in silence. Yeah, leave.
Hmm.
That's most of my school day, pretty much.
it's just kind of just school in general at this point. No one really wants to do anything.
Yeah,
And
world's kind of going.
the thing is, I can't even blame them. Yeah, because like I don't know. I just don't find any of the most of the topics we're talking about interesting. Like the only ones I find interesting are like my business classes where like I'm learning about like taxes and like big stuff. And like I guess like one like tech class where you get to like learn about how to like hook up electricity to an outlet or something, which I
Mm-hmm.
find interesting, but probably would have been better if it wasn't just full of like freshmen, which sucks because like
Yeah.
they're the
Yeah,
because they haven't mentally evolved past sixth grade where
Just,
they think yelling obscenities is funny.
mhm.
mm. It's like yelling the N word out loud in a crowd of people.
Yeah, yes, I love that. That's real funny. That's real
It's
funny. I want to
great.
hear that more at 7 o'clock in
I'm
the
white
morning.
as fuck, and I'm 5 years old. Let me scream the N word in a crowd of people.
Hmm.
At
Those
7 o'clock in the
surly
morning.
loud.
Yes. Oh my, that didn't that happen when we were in sophomore
It
year?
happens a
Like
lot.
when we had to like wait outside. No, because in COVID, I remember someone literally just screaming it, actually just
Probably.
screaming it outside. It's like at 6 in the morning. No, I remember it because 6 in the morning, someone was screaming it, and I like it was a really really short white kid saying it, and that was when we were like COVID and we couldn't go inside and all that.
Yeah.
But like, I
Because
hated that so much because
Those are the
like
biggest offenders.
these
to like
kids
to
are
even
just
to,
yeah.
We're getting
it's like the
real
biggest.
on this
The,
one.
yeah, like it's like the biggest like because it's one thing just to do it in general, but to like have the energy to literally like yell to the mountains a slur because you think it's funny at 6 in the morning. It's just like it's just unreal,
Uh,
and you can't take
Disgusting.
this energy to like focus on your life
I
or
already
a
don't want to
job. A
be here.
job.
Hmm.
I know you don't give a shit about me, but no one gives a shit about you either.
No one wants to be here,
Like,
dog.
yeah.
Don't make it worse. Just like, just I need more of these like younger people who are coming up into like the high school, coming up into junior high. All of them need to just realize like you're not you're not funny. First
What
off,
we need is their parents to do their job.
yeah, just like raise
Yeah.
your kids, dog. Raise them to be respectful. It's just like teach them values. Teach them that, yelling slurs in public is not good. You're going to get your ass kicked. I know
See,
no one's
that's
going to right
that.
now because no one cares right now. Later in life,
It will happen.
or even
It
right
will
now,
happen.
sometimes, like, they're gonna get killed. Someone's going to not care, and they're going to kill you because you
Yeah.
and like I no, you don't deserve it, but you did bring this upon yourself because you were being ignorant and you were being stupid, and now you have to
Yeah.
suffer the consequences.
Here's my thing. Another thing too with like the learning and all that. They always have like, oh, it's the parents learning all that. Like I get that, and I also would somewhat blame schools because they just like sit there all la di da, letting these like kids just scream like, I'll wait, I'll wait till you're quiet.
Oh
Ain't
my
no
Oh
god.
my god, dude! Don't even get me
Oh,
started on that
oh,
shit.
you sparked a memory.
but like,
Jesus.
but I wanna say this, right? If you're an older sibling, right, and you got a younger one, and they're like screaming, like being just not like horrible, right? I would genuinely advise just beat the shit out of them. All right, I'm not
No,
kidding.
no, I don't. No, okay, no. We can't
I
condone that
personally,
in any way.
well,
We
I will.
cannot.
I will condone.
Mm.
No,
We
he doesn't. Everybody, he doesn't.
two thirds,
He
two
does
thirds of the
not.
fight, and I
In
know
in game.
I am exaggerating though. Like a smack on the back of the head. You know what I mean? Or just like you go in there and
It's
like I don't know, puff your chest up and just scream at them, saying, "Shut up! Shut the fuck up!"
in GTA. In GTA.
In GTA.
And
Just
all in the hit game Grand
you
Theft
know,
Auto.
sit them down, give them, be stern with them. Just be straight with them. Like, hey, you're being a nuisance. Nobody likes you right now. Stop what you're doing, and people will like you.
Just like talk to your kids in general. Like have a
Yeah,
conversation with them.
have a conversation. Treat them like they're an equal. Don't treat them like don't treat them like an object. B, don't treat them like they're always a child. Because like children can be like they can have mental things. They can have mental stability,
Gonna be
non-stability,
so
and like every situation is gonna be different. But like treat your kids like people, and they'll respect you if you treat them like they are a person, and like if they can understand things. If you can have a conversation with your child and they can understand what it is, what the conversation means, and they can learn something from it, have the conversation. It's always
yeah,
better to talk.
This is the podcast
so
where we get real,
annoying.
everybody. This is straight up
This is the
life advice.
real.
This is real
Real.
shit.
This is the real. This.
Wow. We this
But once again,
this
of
has been
course,
a
don't.
serious one.
Yeah,
This is
but of course,
an episode. It's
okay, man.
Been a little serious.
been a little
A
Oh,
serious,
little.
pretty
It's been
drunk on episode 1 and
a
2.
little real,
the first
a
episode.
little too real.
Oh, oh, that was great.
Tyson versus Baby.
This
To-
for
Holy
for
shit!
everyone who isn't us. We recorded an episode right before this
This
one
was
was
fucking
recorded.
like an hour ago. We were talking about Mike Tyson versus the coughing
We're,
baby.
we're talking about Mike Tyson versus Coffin Baby. We're talking about how Godzilla killed God. We were talking about superpowers and all that.
Fucking this is
It's
Teenage
great.
big
the
hands,
borderline
baby.
is crazy. Holy
That
shit!
is just, the pipeline. Beware. Oh,
Oh my
what's
god.
the time
no.
check on this episode?
40 something minutes.
Nice.
Yeah,
Ugh,
keep
we can
going.
wind it back. I had a question that I was thinking about. When was it? It was like it wasn't yesterday. I think it was the day before. Oh yeah, because I brought up at some point in time I brought up a story where I acquired a Whopper somehow, some way. There was a Whopper in front of me and I was hungry, but I didn't want to eat the Whopper because it had all that lettuce, tomato things that I don't like. And also there was no cheese on it. So I went to the fridge and I took out like a Kraft single and I put it on there, took everything else off. And I was just gonna eat that as just like a makeshift burger. But it like the prepackaged garbage that is Kraft singles on this grease ball of a burger. It just was disgusting. It was horrible.
Hmm.
Um, and it got me thinking about like burgers, and it got me to think about the question of like
Yeah.
there was another time when I had a burger but no buns, so I just used like not wheat bread, white bread, just like toast bread as buns, and that also sucks. and it
Yeah.
got me thinking about the question: what is the best bun substitute?
Oh, okay.
Like if you don't have a bun, if you don't have a hamburger bun on hand, like what is the best tool to make your sandwich?
Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, I got an answer. Someone told me pancakes as theirs.
really?
Uh,
Like a
I don't
McGriddle
know.
situation?
I think so. They said it was like the best thing they've ever
Because
had. I
because
don't know. I have my doubts.
McGriddles are good. I like those. That's probably one of the best things on the McDonald's menu.
I've never had a McGriddle.
I didn't have a
Hmm.
McGriddle until like a few months ago, like after a dentist appointment. Like my half of my mouth was numb too. So I'm like,
Ugh.
I want breakfast. I ain't eat nothing today. Mom, let's go to McDonald's. Let's go to McDonald's. Like usually I get like the egg McMuffin or sausage egg McMuffin or whatever. I'm like, uh, people are talking up the McGriddle. I've heard the McGriddle is good. Give me one of those, and it was pretty good actually.
Mm.
It's got two. It's got like pancakes. It's like sausage, egg, and cheese. Or not sandwiched between like two like pancake buns. That's
Mm.
good. But I guess that checks out. That probably sounds like it. But with like burger meat,
Yeah, I don't
No.
know.
I don't know about that.
Hamburger.
I'm I'm just a firm get 2 slices of like wheat bread and then
Yeah,
just put
see,
it in there.
like I've had that, and it's just like it just ain't it.
No, it's not
Yeah, I
that.
don't know. Maybe it's just it makes me feel too poor or something.
Oh,
But
okay. I see how that
it's
is.
No, whenever like sometimes we have burgers in my house, they don't even bother to get buns. Like they just do the bread thing, or just like serve it as the patty. Like most of the time in my house, my mom
oh,
gets burger meat and just like fry like grills it up, and then it's just like the patty with nothing else. I'm like,
oh.
okay, thanks, mom. And I like cut it up and like eat it in little pieces.
Mm.
Oh
Oh, it's
no.
like
Just
a sausage patty,
I guess,
but
yeah,
it's beef.
yeah. I feel, but like a
um
bun substitute, I feel like because you could take the classic like two pieces of bread option and you could just like toast them a little, and I think that would probably make it better.
that yeah, that would work.
Because the thing
I
about the
could
bun is like it's more structurally sound than like bread. Because
Yeah,
bread is like softer and it comes apart
yeah.
together.
And the bun
And like a
has like
burger,
the crust.
yeah, a burger is more solid than that, and it doesn't really like work well with like just regular just untoasted bread. So I feel like toasting it would be a better way to go with that.
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like I'd be able to answer that question way easier if it wasn't a burger. If it was a chicken sandwich, like that would be easier to pick.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
been
yeah,
more versatile.
yeah, because
Yeah, like
chicken is
I personally pick waffles. Like
yeah. I will
hands down.
stick by the stance till the day I die, because it's true. Chicken is the most versatile meat you can get.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. Bun substitute. Every time I think of this question, like the first thing that's beamed into my brain is a honey bun.
Hmm.
For a chicken
And
sandwich?
I no for burger.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not, but I'm always just thinking about two honey bun and a burger in the middle.
once again, I feel like that'd just be better with chicken.
Yeah, it probably would because chicken is kind of amazing. Mhm.
I just go with classic wheat bread. There's not much more you can do.
Maybe. Huh.
Where's the
I
wheat
don't
bread?
know.
Yeah. I don't know what
Put in
else.
tortilla, bro.
Oh
Tortilla?
my god.
Ugh. You gotta chop that
Mashed
burger up if you're gonna do that. Just make a
it's just a
taco, dog.
taco.
Like a
Just
crunch,
make
You
a
better.
a taco shell.
No,
Put
it
it in
ain't
a
gonna
taco.
taste good.
It's not gonna.
No,
Like
no,
okay,
because you're supposed
take
to have like the seasoning in your taco meat. Nah, that's just a burger, dog.
It's a
That's just
burger.
cooked ground beef.
season your patty
Nah,
with the
because
taco stuff.
cooked ground beef ain't the same as like a steak. Like a steak taco is good,
Make it like
And
a
ground
sloppy
beef
Joe. You
taco.
take to ground your taco meat, put it on the seasoning, and just
Oh,
put that on a bun. Like a
mm,
sloppy Joe.
oh.
Tastes like a taco.
No, no, I meant. I just thought
That
of
shit
like
would
you
fall
put the
apart.
burger meat on a hot dog bun. Put the
Mm.
burger meat on a hot dog bun, bro.
Yeah, that's what I do with my chili is I use like the taco seasoning for my beef first off because it just makes it taste better and I'm not just putting raw ground beef because I will admit my taste buds are a little um stupid and I have like I, I I'm trying to think of the word. I've just like numbed it out to flavor kind of
Hmm.
a little bit. Like can still taste very well, but not enough, not enough for it to matter.
It just gave me the topic transition to like the depressing life
Yeah,
of just going to scroll through. Yeah, oh,
Burger,
dude, if you're making a
burger,
burger, if you're making a
if
burger
you're
and you got
making
no
a
burger
burger,
buns, you better
burger, no
upgrade.
honey
nah,
mustard.
nah, nah. But if you're making a burger and you ain't got no buns,
What are you
what
doing?
you
You
using?
better off making a taco. You
What
better
you
off
doing?
Making a taco.
You making a taco?
Coming off
What
of
you
that,
doing?
because like the first thing you brought you said is like a substitute was like pancakes. How do you guys feel about like sweet and savory stuff?
What do you mean?
Like
I
like
don't know.
uh this is like a weird example, but I got like last week I got a pizza, or like recently I've been getting pizzas from this place because my mom likes it in town. I'm not gonna say the name, but uh it's like this little personal pizza thing, and it's called like Sweet Roni or something. It's like
Oh,
a little pepperoni pizza, but it's got like honey drizzled on it.
oh,
And I didn't notice it a lot before. I think it's because I had a lot of toppings on it. I've been eating a lot of toppings on it. But last week, I just got like the pepperoni, and I could taste the honey a lot more, and it was really sweet. And I think they put too much honey on it because like I was not really digging it, like how it was tasting.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it would taste like honey and pepperoni. It would. I feel like that would taste all right.
It was
Not really
fine.
too good or too bad.
It was fine, yeah, but like I don't know. I had it a few times before, and it was good. But this last time, it was like too much. It was like too much honey, I think,
Mm.
and it was
Yeah.
not doing it for me.
I'm not to say I hate like sweet things, right? But like sometimes like when they're like a little too sweet, it straight up just like hurts my teeth and I can't
Mm.
eat it. Like I'm
Yeah,
Yeah.
incapable of eating it.
it's like it overwhelms anything
Like I can
else.
have like maybe
It's
like a
stronger.
yeah. It's I hate it. I rather bitter. Not bitter, but like salty. I guess.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
That
yeah, but yeah,
It's like way more easier to like handle in like larger quantities on like sweetness. Like there's
yeah.
sometimes like Krispy Kreme donuts. I had that. I can't eat it. I cannot eat a Krispy Kreme donut. It is like too sweet for me, and it hurts my teeth.
Definitely, it's easier to
I
take
just
like
just
salty stuff in larger amounts than sweet. Like I'm in moods where I like absolutely want something sweet or like salty, but most of the time, like it's gonna be easier to take a lot of salt.
Mm.
Thinking about
yeah.
that.
It's almost every time salt is gonna be easier like than these sugary substances.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
Um,
remember when I was taking psychology, we did a it was the day of Friendsgiving. For all those who don't know, Friendsgiving is like Thanksgiving, but you do it with your friends. Fun
Hmm.
fact. It was the day of that, and I just went into school that morning because I wanted to go to psychology because it was a pretty fun class, and I knew we
Wait,
were doing.
for more context, this was like the week at Thanksgiving break, and we had one day of school that week, and it was
Oh
Monday.
yeah, it was the
yeah,
one
and like some people
day.
skipped.
I
for
did not go
like
to school.
it was like a
I didn't
solid
either.
like 14-day break, and we had one day in the middle that they were just like, yeah, go to school. So nobody showed up. I showed up for the first 45 minutes and then immediately left because I knew we were doing a taste test first period. So I just went in for that, and we were doing all sorts of like, it was just a taste test to see like how much you knew with a blindfold on and like no smell of, can you identify what is sweet, what is salty, what is savory, all of that.
Mhm.
Yeah. And uh it was first period, so the factor of like I'm half awake was a big factor in like I don't know what the fuck's in my mouth, but it's down the hatch. It's probably, this is weird, this is freaky. That's what I had for like four of them. Like four out of the five were just like, oh, this is freaky. Just let me go home. I'm going home.
Too
Yeah.
sad, man. Woke up
Hmm.
at like 10 in the morning on
I
that
want to
day.
say
That's
this.
great.
I want to say this. I'd rather back to like the sugary thing. I think sugar like texture wise is not really like that high because to me personally, because I'd rather have something salty and then above something salty, like my number one, I'd rather have something spicy.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been
I don't
getting
know.
more into
I
I
like
spicy.
think I put salty above spicy, I think.
Yeah,
I
probably.
mean, but the fact that like interchangeable, like, my main focus is it's always going to be above sweet for me personally.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think so.
Because
Mm.
like my only problem with spice if it just lingers in the back of my throat, and I just hate that. Like it could be the most spicy thing that known to man, but as long as it's not just sitting in the back of my throat for like 30 minutes, we're cooking. We're fine.
This year I've been like I've been having spicy shit more. Like, I don't know. I've just been getting bored with a lot of with a lot of food I eat all the time because I'm like real OCD about shit. Like at restaurants, I get the same order every time, and like I cycle through the same like few meals throughout the week, and shit. And I've just been like adding spice more often to shit to add some spice to my life. So I'm getting fucking bored. Life sucks. Life's boring lately. I don't know.
I mean,
Or put it red. Yeah.
think I've kind of had the opposite. I've kind of toned down how much spice I've been having. I should put some more in.
Hmm. Yeah, I started
Yeah.
putting like red pepper flakes on pizza and shit. I didn't used to do that.
Oh yeah. Are we looking at?
Yeah.
Are we looking at time wise?
We're looking at like hour 3 minutes.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Mhm.
Were you about to say something, Spencer?
Nah, I was just
All right.
none.
Cool.
Well, I'd say we'd reached the end of our episode here.
That's great.
They,
Thanks for tuning in. If
Tuning in.
you have tuned in, thanks for locking in. If you are locked in, and come right on back if you like it. If you don't like it, recommend it to someone
You
else.
suck.
They might like it.
make sure make sure you tell them the name that you know.
Tell them the
You know the
name. Tell them the
name.
name that you know that we definitely
We
know.
do. We also know it right now at this moment in time.
That we know.
We
We
won't
know it
tell you.
right now.
It's really
But
good
there
too.
is a name.
It's really good.
That I
Let me
can
tell you.
guarantee is that there is a name. There
Mhm.
is a name, and it's you can see it right now. You can go take a look. It's right there.
You're reading it. Go read it right now. You're gonna be like, holy shit, that's awesome. How did they think of that?
That is the name, yes. But
You'll
for
be
now,
forever, Justin.
for like right this second, it's confidential, and I can't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
we're not gonna tell you.
and that's the only thing stopping me.
signing off. This is this is Jack and TJ and Spencer. We're signing off.
This has been another great episode. Thank you all.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
So yeah.
See ya.